You know what's genuinely unsettling? It's not the economy. It's not inflation. It's watching people around you live these absolutely incredible lifestyles while you're sitting there thinking, how on earth are they doing this? New cars, exotic vacations, beautiful homes, designer everything. And here's the part that should concern you. Most of these people aren't working any harder than you are. What if I told you that almost everything you're seeing is an illusion? That the financial reality behind those perfect Instagram lives is actually horrifying? Because I've looked at the data, and what I found is going to fundamentally change how you see everyone around you. Let's start with some basic math that's going to make your head spin. The median American household income is $83,730 per year. After taxes and deductions, that's roughly $5,600 per month in take-home pay. Keep that number in your head because we're about to watch it disappear in real time. Now, here's where it gets disturbing. To afford the typical American home right now, you need a household income of $116,986. The average family is spending 38% of their gross income just on their mortgage payment. If you're making that median income of $83,730, you literally cannot afford the median-priced home in America without stretching yourself dangerously thin. And yet houses are selling. People are buying. How? First-time homebuyers are regularly spending over 40% of their gross income on housing. Not their take-home pay, their gross income. After taxes, they're often spending more than half their actual paycheck on their mortgage. So if you're bringing home $5,600 a month and spending $2,350 on housing, you've got $3,250 left for everything else. Food, transportation, insurance, student loans, saving for retirement, and occasionally enjoying your life. The math is catastrophic. Now let's talk about what's sitting in that driveway. The average new car payment in America is $748 per month. Used cars aren't much better at $532. And this isn't a luxury vehicle we're talking about. That's the average for everyone. Let's watch that budget collapse. You've got $3,250 left after the mortgage, minus $748 for the car payment, minus $225 for insurance, minus $250 for gas. You're now down to about $2,000 for everything else in your life. And here's the part that should terrify you. 17% of people with new car payments are paying over $1,000 per month, every single month, just for the car payment. For someone making $60,000 a year, that's more than 20% of their gross income on a depreciating asset. It's financial self-destruction with heated seats and a backup camera. But it looks really good parked in front of that house they can barely afford. Now we get to the part that nobody talks about. The invisible support system that makes all of this possible. Are you ready for this number? 50% of American parents with adult children are providing regular financial support. The average amount, $1,474 per month. For Gen Z specifically, it jumps to $1,813 per month. Let me be crystal clear about what this means. When you see someone in their 20s or early 30s living in a nice apartment, driving a decent car, taking regular vacations, there's a 50-50 chance they're receiving almost $1,500 a month from their parents. That's $18,000 a year. That's equivalent to having a second job, except you don't have to work for it and nobody can see it happening. About 1/3 of adults aged 18 to 34 are still living with their parents. Among those who moved out, many are receiving help with rent, car payments, insurance, phone bills, emergency expenses. This creates a comparison trap that's genuinely toxic. You look at your peer group and think you're failing because you can't afford what they're affording. But they're not affording it either. They're just getting it funded through invisible channels while you're trying to do it alone. The success is real. The self-made part? That's creative writing. So what does this all mean? We've built an entire economic system around the appearance of wealth instead of the reality of it. The whole thing is held up by parental support that can't last forever and debt that's compounding in the shadows. The median American household brings home $5,600 a month. They spend $2,350 on housing, $748 on a car, $225 on insurance, a couple hundred on gas. And we haven't even gotten to food yet. The math doesn't work. It never worked. The system is designed around the idea that you'll fill the gaps with debt and invisible support and just keep going. But here's the part that might actually be hopeful. Once you understand the game, you stop playing it. When you realize that the person with the new BMW might just be making a $1,000 monthly commitment to looking successful, the pressure to compete vanishes. When you understand that half your peer group is getting monthly checks from their parents, you stop wondering why you can't keep up on your salary alone. The terrifying truth is that most of what you think is wealth is actually just expensive theater. The hopeful truth? You don't have to buy a ticket. You can have a paid-off 10-year-old car, an affordable apartment, and $50,000 in savings, and be objectively more financially secure than someone with a luxury SUV, a house they can barely afford, and credit card debt. But who looks more successful on social media? The system wants you to feel inadequate, so you'll spend money trying to fix it. Understanding that everyone else is struggling too is weirdly liberating. You're not falling behind. You're just refusing to go into debt to keep up with people who are also in debt. And that might be the smartest financial decision you ever make.